County Commissioners Board Work Session. This is a regular meeting. It is Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. It is 3:03 p.m. This session is set to go until 3:30 p.m. So this is a hybrid meeting. It's being held at the Atrium, 3000 Pacific Avenue Southeast, room 110. For public virtual attendance, you may follow along on the Thurston County YouTube channel. I'm Carolina Mejia. I'm the chair of the board. Vice Chair Ty Menser is in the boardroom, and Commissioner Gary Edwards is joining us via Zoom. Also, County Manager Ramiro Chavez is in the boardroom. The topic of today's agenda is the 2023 Heritage Grant Program Awards. And we have staff members, and so can we go ahead and do staff introductions, please?
Joshua Cummings, the Director of Community Planning and Economic Development.
Sonia Katie, Administrative Assistant 2 for Community Planning and Economic Development Department.
And Jeremy Davis, Operations Manager for Community Planning and Economic Development.
Perfect. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get started. Who is taking this on?
Just a brief introduction to the subject, Madam Chair. This is the yearly event, in a way, where you will hear from staff the Heritage Grant Program Awards, and it is coordinated with the Historic Commission. There will be a few projects for you to consider. There is an expectation at the end of this meeting, or perhaps on upcoming Tuesday, for you to make a decision to bring a formal action to the board to award those grants. Within the proposals, there is going to be, for you presented today, you do have the option to accept as presented, to make any modifications related to the budget and the allocating award. So just keep in mind that is what staff is going to present it to you is the result of a process. But the board has ability to change some of the proposals presented by staff today.
Great, thank you, County Manager. First, I wanted to say, provide my appreciation to the Board of County Commissioners in terms of setting the budget at $45,000 for this Heritage Grant Program, and to the staff of CPAD for taking the Historic Commission different pieces that they do and really making it programmatic over the past couple of years. We've worked really hard to ensure that the volunteer members of the Historic Commission have a big say in how the ranking and voting process goes to get these recommendations to the Board of County Commissioners. And Jeremy Davis and Sonia Katie on the CPAD team have been a really big part of that, and their leadership has been instrumental in providing this really transparent and clear process to you. You can see that the total amount of grants being recommended from the Historic Commission to the Board of County Commissioners are just a little over 37,000, and allocated is 45,000. So they're essentially under budget with the items that were provided. But I don't want to take any of the thunder from the rest of the team, but just wanted to say thank you to Jeremy and Sonia for their leadership. So Jeremy, take it away.
Sure, Chair Mejia, Commissioners, again, Jeremy Davis with Thurston County CPAD. So today we're here to present to you the 8 different grant recommendations from this Thurston County Historic Commission for the 2023 Heritage Grant Program. We opened this grant program from July 15th through August 31st of 2022. Following the opening of the grant program, staff gathers all the applications, and we work with the Thurston County Historic Commission subcommittee of members who do a first run review at all of the applications. And they may also meet with some of the applicants on that to get clarification. That subcommittee then presents their findings to the full Thurston County Historic Commission, who reviews all the grant recommendations and makes grant proposals and makes a recommendation to the Board of County Commissioners at the end of their process. They finished their review of this in, I think it was November, was it December? I think it was their November meeting. So we usually bring this to you at the beginning of 2023 after you've already set the budget. Okay. In 2022, a total of $29,000 was actually awarded to 6 different applicants. We've been getting all the different reports from those applications over this year, and Sonia's been compiling those, and we'll have the results of that later on in January after we look at all of them. The Heritage Grant Program itself, implements initiative number 6, which is to proactively shape a strong and diverse economy And initiative number 7, which is to balance development with the preservation of the county's rural character, natural areas, and open spaces. The Heritage Grant Program is a really great program for the community. There's a lot of impact in the community. We know over $1 million has been leveraged through the Heritage Grant Program over the years. We did a full presentation at Heritage Days in 2022 or 2021. And in 2022, we actually invited a lot of the different grant applicants to come and have tables to present their items. And I know Commissioner Edwards was at that event this last year, so it was great to have him there for that. For this year, the Historic Commission again has recommended that the board fund all 8 of the grant applications that is below that initial amount. The first one for your consideration is from Window Seat Media, and that's a $5,000 grant application for a total project cost of about $33,000. And this is the third 30, which is honoring and amplifying the voices of our elders. And this is talking to the change makers and innovators from the 1960s and 1970s in our community and getting their oral history so they can share that wisdom with local leaders and others in our community. Very worthwhile cause on that. The second one is from the Olympia Tumwater Foundation, and this is to create a video tour of the Smith House. So what they would do is go through their standard tour of the Smith House and create a video of that and make that available to anybody who needs to see that and those with disabilities who can't make it in there. The third one is a $5,000 grant to the South Sound Maritime Heritage Museum, and this is to restore the tugboat Parthia project, and this is a very small part of an overall much larger $350,000 project for them to restore that tugboat and make it available for public viewing in the long run. The fourth request is from the Washington State Daughters of the American Colonists, and this is to catalog the stories of women and girls in early Thurston County and create a book that they would publish, not Thurston County, but they would publish, and make it available so people can be educated on women's history in early Thurston County. The fifth grant request is the Olympia Historical Society of Bigelow House Museum. And this one is to fabricate and fund 7 storm windows, on the east side of the Bigelow House Museum. They've asked for this before, we funded it before, and they do it in pieces because it is expensive to create historically accurate storm windows, of all things, and to make sure that they fit with the building style. The sixth grant request is from the city of Tenino, and that is to create 2 downtown interpretive signs, one to go next to City Hall and the other one to go by the business block on Sussex Street to give short histories of the city of Tenino. The seventh one, is the South Thurston County Historical Society, and this is to create a Tenino historical walking tour, audio walking tour that they would make available on the internet. The eighth one and last one is the Washington Center for the Performing Arts, and this is to restore the 1924 Andy Crow Wurlitzer organ and provide 2 public performances during the 2022-23 season. And with that, I'll take any questions on those 8 projects, and if they're super detailed, I've got Sonia here to help me out with that. So,
Commissioner Edwards? Commissioner Mejia?
No questions. Thank you, Jeremy.
Jeremy, is the BoCC, is that the,
Just unmute himself.
okay, I'll get to it. BoCC, is that like what, number 1 or number 3, what does that mean?
The district for the county.
Why is the state Daughters of American Colonists under District 3?
This does have a similarity to situation.
I think where they're
They're making
located,
a
where they'd
book.
be doing the work, where their organizations.
yeah, it's where their
located.
organization is actually located.
Oh, okay.
They would be countywide, but it's where
Oh,
their
their
address
address
was.
of their.
Yeah.
Commissioner Edwards, back to you.
Where a lot of people will block this.
The only question I have is under the background where it said that 29,000 was awarded to each of 6 applicants for 2022. Is that correct?
That's a typo. It was a total of $29,000.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Apologies on
Sorry,
that.
I must have missed that explanation. Thank you. That's the only question I have. Jeremy says this is a good deal. It's a good deal.
So the board would be supporting advancing all of these projects. Is there any disagreement on that one, or 3 thumbs up on that, commissioners?
Yes, sir. I'm thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay, 3 thumbs up.
Okay,
Thank
you
you,
very
Commissioners.
much.
You will see an actual AIS for you to take a formal action in awarding those grants at a later date.
great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Want me to adjourn for you, Madam Chair?
Well, okay, it is 3:13. We are adjourned. Thank you all.
All right.
Thank you.